All right, have the markets bottomed? Do you think Bitcoin, crypto, ETH, and the SP 500 Spider have bottomed? And which coins would we buy the dip on? Let's have a look at the evidence. Okay, as I have been saying, I am expecting an ABC pullback. It kind of looks like we're on our way there. Look at this. So basically, this just looks like a gap fill. As I said in my yesterday's video, we fill the gap and there's no reason to keep going and we come down. So something like, so far this still looks like a bear flag to me. So here's the flagpole. I mean, I'm sure it looks better on the intraday, but so it's a small bear flagpole. Here's the bear flag, flagpole. Here's the flag, flagpole, flag, and we go down like this, right? Something like that. And as I've been saying, I'm expecting support around this 610, 609 area. So something like this, right? 610, 609. And then basically, the reason why I talk about that is that I think Bitcoin will mimic such a kind of move. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is also doing kind of the ABC move I've been talking about. So we're doing A, B, C kind of a move, right? We've tested this this bull flag once already, and we're about to look at this. It just literally stops as I'm making this video right now, which is Tuesday, 1 o'clock US time, right? 1 p.m. US time, and it literally just bounces off this support line. I think this breaks with a fake out once again. We get to about 111K. Anywhere between 112 to 110.5, that's 110 to 112, is where I think we can get the bottom. We bottom here, come back into the bull flag. The bull flag stays intact, right? Bear trap fools out a lot of people, and up we go, something like that. So basically, why do I think it's a bear flag? Sorry, an ABC pattern is because of this. So because we never see this important support line here, we never got above here, right? So Bitcoin would bounce off this 116K area, bounce off here, bounce off here, bounce off here, wick below but close above, bounce off here, and then we had one close, and then boom, 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 down we go. So, and then especially on the bounce, on the attack here, we couldn't close above it. Not even for 1 day. We couldn't even trade intraday above it. So it's A, B, C, right? Three wave on the downside. A, B, C, something like this. With we're at what, 112. We've hit 112 already. So that's a 111 to 110K area being the bottom, and then we bounce. So I'm looking at something like 110.5 as a reasonable bottom, because that's where this bottom, this top, and this top is. We've had 3 or 4 tops around in this range. So something like this, and up we go. What about Ethereum? Okay, Ethereum, as I've been saying, also same situation. We should close above, right? This 3590, 3580 area, high 3500s, because we've had a number of right, these daily tops and bottoms here, and we broke down, and Ethereum's looking stronger than Bitcoin because Bitcoin couldn't get above this resistance support level, but Ethereum could. It gotten above, and even now we're still trying to struggle to stay above here, right? So Ethereum certainly looks like it's in a stronger position, but if Bitcoin hits 110K, then I do expect Ethereum to also do an A, B, C wave down. The C could be a double bottom at 3350s, or it can go even lower to like retest this 3300 area, or even 3200, pierce through, and then up we go. And as I've been saying for a long time now, for folks who are just tuning in, for folks who are not familiar, this red line I've just shown you guys is very important, because this is a red trend line that has carried Ethereum throughout this entire bull run. We've had a big fake out here, if you can call that a fake out, and we've gotten above it, which is a very bullish signal, gotten back above, and all we need is just one or two taps, bounces here, and up we go. We may not get there, but either way, this is the weekly chart. On the daily chart, this is that red trend line I keep on talking about. Either way, I think A, B, C could play out. Could be a double bottom, could be like a wick down below, right, to as low as 3180s, and then up we go. So that's my view. But which coins are we going to be buying on this dip? Before we answer that question, first let's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo Jimenez use? Well, Pablo used this exchange that's non-KYC. That means you don't need to show any ID. That means the exchange can't even see who you are. That means the IRS can't see you. The tax office can't see you. FBI, CIA, nobody can see you. So get 20% bonus just by joining, right? Deposit $100, get $20 bonus. Deposit $1,000, get $200 futures bonus, right? Just by trading using your volume, win up to $18,000. Okay, this is limited time offer and it finishes on 12th of August. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then the link is in the description below. The link is in the description below. But if you're watching on any other platform, that's okay. Just click on my profile page and then click on the stand link or the link tree, and it should be the first deal that pops up. Okay, let's get back to the markets, folks. But remember, this deal is only available on the Pablo Jimenez link, only on the Pablo link. Okay, here we go. So, as I've been saying, during this ABC pullback, right? I think the C wave is coming. Why is the market dipping today? By the way, it's because since Friday we've had a number of very weak numbers. We've had the very weak the 2 weak July jobs numbers, and then May and June job numbers got revised down. And we've also had the U.S. manufacturing PMI coming weak. And today, right, which is Tuesday, early in the morning, we had the U.S. Services PMI also coming weak. That's some very bad news in a row, right? So yeah, that's why the market's not looking too good right now. And for the first time, look at this. If folks, I don't know if folks can see this or not. This is all of the Ethereum buying or selling by the ETFs. Here, can we see this big blue bar down here? This was a 1-day outflow of $375 million worth of Ethereum. And we can see that is the most amount of ETH that has ever been sold, since the founding, right, of all these Ethereum ETFs back in July 2024, right? We do have days where ETH gets sold, like a lot of ETH selling here, but you know, this was a mega sell. However, you know, those are not exactly important signals because remember, they did a lot of selling. See, this is the price of ETH, right? They did a lot of selling of ETH when ETH was around 2000. So these ETFs are not fantastic at timing the market, right? They did a lot of buying up here, right? Around 3000 when ETH was around 3,300, 3,500, 600, right? So I mean, the BlackRock, I think this is the BlackRock ETF, and basically they're just taking orders from their clients. They don't know whether it's basically retail people buying into the BlackRock ETF, and you know, it's a reflection of market sentiment, if anything else. So here is demand from Bitcoin accumulator addresses, right? Bitcoin accumulator addresses, as in what's an accumulator address? Well, accumulator address is like it's like MetaPlanet or MicroStrategy. They just buy and buy and buy and they never sell. They accumulate Bitcoin. The BlackRock, for example, like I just showed you guys, they actually do sell. We just saw these sales and the major sale here, right? They sell here. But for these accumulator addresses like MicroStrategy, like MetaPlanet, like SBET, like BitMine, they only buy. So this is how much they are buying, right? It goes down. That doesn't mean they're selling, just means they're buying less, right? And look at this. Recently, Bitcoin demand from these accumulator addresses or Bitcoin treasuries have just shot up. They have been buying more than before. But that's not exactly a surprise. I mean, a lot of the Bitcoin whales from, like I showed you guys 2 videos ago, a lot of the Bitcoin whales from 7 to 10 years ago, they're selling. When they're selling, that's a worry. And then to move the price up, then we really, really need the Bitcoin treasury companies like Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy, like those guys to step up and start buying to take the supply that's been sold by those old whales and basically correct the balance between demand and supply and push prices up. I'm just showing you guys different whales what they're doing. Older whales might be selling, and accumulator whales like Saylor, like Metaplanet, like MicroStrategy, they're buying. Okay, let's get back to some smaller alts that I'm buying myself. So for example, I'm looking at things that are beach balls. Beach ball meaning price. It's like a beach ball when you're at the beach, you try to press it into the water, right? It only stays down as you apply pressure on it, right? As soon as your arms get tired and you let go, boom, the ball bounces out of the water. So what's a beach ball here? This is a coin that I've spoken a lot about. This is Predi Bot. It's on base chain, and people basically, you can ask Predi Bot, it's an AI bot, to create a market for you, to be a market maker for you on anything that you want to bet on, as long as it's something that can be bet on. Like for example, if you say, Predi Bot, make me a market on Trump firing Jerome Powell, and it'll go ahead and do something like that. And if you can do that just by tweeting. So once you tweet, if that tweet goes viral, imagine if 100,000 people see it, then out of that 100,000 people, maybe 2,000 people will join in. They'll bet on this side or that side, and they'll just tweet, hey, Predi Bot, bet $5 for me on Trump winning or on Jerome Powell getting fired before end of September, whatever, right? I mean, it's just gaming revenue, right? Like DraftKings, gaming revenue. So they have real revenue from day one, real users. And I think it's a cool invention to use AI to do this for you and to basically tweet it. I spoke about it and around 1.4 mil around here, right? And then what happened is basically it took a massive drop afterwards, and people were panicking, asking me, "What's happening, Pablo? What's happening? What's happening with Predi?" And of course, a couple of whales dumped on Predi, but that's up to them. They're regretting, they're crying to their dinners right now because they dumped around here, and Predi is back up 10x since they dumped. Went up to as high as 8 million. Now we're back to 5 million. But on a log chart, I really like this chart because look at this. This is a massive bull flag. We have the flagpole and the flag itself. This can go as long as 3.6 million, right? 0.0036. But as long as we don't break this area, then when Bitcoin and Ethereum turns up again, as long as we don't have like another 10% crash from here, then basically when Bitcoin and Ethereum turns up, boom, we go up for the next leg. So it's, as I've been saying from day one, this coin is pretty much backed by the couple of really big guys in the whole base chain, like Jesse Pollack, who's the founder of Base Chain. You see him interacting with the founders of this Predi Bot all the time. So let's have a look at Stobox, another coin that I might add to. Both of those coins I spoke about and I bought for myself. So these are just talking about more addition, adding to them. Maybe I'll change from a 2-hour chart, 12-hour chart to 1-day chart. So basically, the thing about Stobox is that it is also total market cap here says 2 mil, but it's actually higher than that. It's an older coin that's had a big drop from a price of 30 cents. 30 cents was the high. Yeah. 30 cents was the high, and it went down to something like 0.6 cent. 0.6 cent. So it's gone dropped like 98% or whatever the number is. Now, as I've been saying, it's forming a very solid, in my opinion, double bottom with a neckline here. With a neckline right here, as we can see, right here, neckline. So if we can break this neckline, then we should have a big run. And look at this. In the last few days, as Bitcoin has been dropping, a lot of coins have been dropping, and this coin has held up pretty well. From 23 cents, it's still at 20 cents right now. I mean, yeah, it was trading at 20 cents for the last 2 or 3 days. So I do think there's another leg down. We're going to follow also an A, B, C pattern. I see this as a small bull flag, bear flag. You have flagpole, the flag itself, and one more leg down. But so far, this is quite a beach ball. We've gone from 22.8 cents to still at 20 cents today. So only like 13% drop thus far. I do think we go lower. Where do we go if we go lower? Let's see. I'll pick. Try to pick a. You would think this is this level. It's a little bit too obvious. It's basically, see how we've got pivot top here, one bounce here, and also pivot bottom here. I do think we break this level, 0.1888. Okay, let's do a lower support level. Something like this is strong support, I would think. Something like 0.017. Yeah, 0.17 to 0.165. I think we get some sort of pullback to here. Provided Bitcoin goes to like 10K, Ethereum goes to like 3200s, we get a pullback to like something like 0.017 or 0.0165. And I think that's the bottom on this coin as well. I've spoken a lot about Stobox before on the fundamentals of Stobox. It's what they call a turnkey RWA service. Basically, if you have a real world asset, you want to tokenize it, you basically just go to this Stobox, STBU. I'm not sponsored, by the way. Not sponsored by any of these coins that I'm talking about today. And yeah, that's that. They have an AI that answers all your questions and tokenizes your asset for you, and you can start issuing it to your partners and investors. So I like it because of the RWA theme that's happening in the markets right now. Okay, thank you for your time, folks. I'll catch you next episode.